Flora here. How are we? How are we keeping? And this pandemic season, I'm here to remind you that we will get through this. I want to remind you that as difficult as time may be, we will be okay. This will pass, people. This will pass. It's going to be tough, but it's not the end. It really isn't, okay? I just felt like encouraging someone out there. Anyway, it's been a week, and today I wanted to post something about social media, using social media responsibly. I don't know about you, but I find that it's all gone a bit, I don't know, it's all gone a bit mad out there on the social media front. And I just think that we ought to use social media a bit more responsibly, I, you know, if anything, because there are some consequences to you know, poor use of social media, if I can use that. You know, if anything, it's increased panic, it increases fear, it increases confusion, it creates unnecessary anxiety, and people are already feeling fragile, and there's already a lot of vulnerable people out there, and we don't want to be agents of of panic, fear, confusion, whatever. So it's a very powerful tool, and it's amazing to be able to use it, but let's be a source of blessing, and let's use it more responsibly, more sensibly. So just a few things that I hope will help us all to make the most of social media. Okay, so I hope you find it useful. So the first thing you need to ask yourself is, whatever information is that you're trying to put across there, ask yourself, is it true? Is it accurate? Is it valid? Is it authentic? If you are that keen to pass on information, then you should take the extra time to find out whether that information is true before forwarding it. Check usually either on Google, on YouTube, just key in type in the keywords, do a search and see what comes up. A lot of this stuff is just easy to find out. And by the way, disclaimer time, I know that I myself, as careful as I try to be, I know that I have sent out information that appeared to be wrong, to be false or misleading. So I'm not saying that any of us is exempt from making those mistakes, but I think what I'm aiming to achieve is to help us to reduce those instances, to minimize the amount of false information, confusing and harmful information getting out there. I hope I am sort of making sense. But so what I was saying was, check the accuracy, the validity, was it authentic, is it real, is it current? It may be real, but if it happened 10 years ago, it may not be relevant anymore. So check that. And the other thing you can do is it clear? Check whether the information that you're sending is clear, that it's not going to lead to any confusion, any ambiguity, especially when it comes to, with this whole pandemic, there's a lot of advice out there about how you can cure yourself, or how you can cure the symptoms, and how you can cure yourself of the virus and all that. And I honestly know that most of the advice is coming from a good place, but people, let's just be a bit more careful and remember that not everybody will understand the information the way it was intended to. Not everybody will apply, this stuff the way it was intended. So let's just be mindful is what I'm saying. There's some of the advices I've seen online have got some serious health and safety implication, and this is people's health that we're talking about. And is it necessary? I always say to people, it's not everything that you need to forward. If you don't press that forward button, nothing will happen. It's not every message that you must forward. Sometimes it's okay to actually let a message die in your phone. Nothing will happen. Yeah. And is it suitable for all audiences? Some of us are quite sensitive. Some of us cannot handle some of these things. So this makes sense. And then the last question I want us to ask ourselves, like, honestly, what is the goal? What's the objective? What's the aim of this message? And also, most importantly, what is your intention when you're sending the message? Are you sending it for effect? Are you sending it because, you know, it's going to shock people? You know, times are difficult as it is, and honestly, we don't need any more drama, you know, on social media. I hope to, and it could be that, yes, you know, it would change people's behavior. It would lead to an awareness, and that's all good and well, honestly. But it's just, ask yourself, what is it that I'm going to achieve by sending this message, you know, and is it going to have a positive impact? So I hope you found this useful. Earlier on, social media is a very powerful tool. So all I'm asking us people to do is to use it sensibly, responsibly, thoughtfully, you know. Yeah, so I hope you've been blessed. I hope you're